Well, hey guys, I hope your day is going well. I'm just finishing up the last of my sugar cookie sleigh ride tea, sadly enough. That was a holiday favorite of mine. Speaking of favorites, what with the new year coming up, I thought I would share with you guys my lifestyle favorites of 2018. You guys really enjoyed this video last year when I did my 2017 lifestyle favorites. It seems like that was yesterday. I can't believe it's already come around again. This year flew by. I know people say that kind of thing all the time, like, oh my gosh, it's already here, time's flying. It really does. You know, it's one of the definite downsides of adulthood is time flies, time's fleeting. Okay, sounds like a Rocky Horror Picture Show lyric I'm getting into. So I've been loving a lot of things this year, but the very first thing that I have been loving and has greatly enriched my lifestyle and continues to enrich my lifestyle on a day-to-day basis that is not a thing, but something far greater than a thing, and that is you all. My YouTube channel is my passion, and I you know, love sharing with you guys skincare product reviews, my skincare routines, my insights into the biology of skin as a dermatologist. And I love sharing my lifestyle with you guys. You enrich my life in so many ways you have no idea. Reading the comments, I learned so much from you, and I feel so lucky that you let me into your home every day and, you know, on a regular basis. I'm honored and touched, and the community that we built in the comments I think is incredibly uplifting, and you know, I get the treat every day of reading through comments, and it's something that, you know, they can't market in a feel-good pill. Too bad they can. It really is mood elevating. So first and foremost, goes without saying, my YouTube channel is and continues to be, and will always be, I think, a lifestyle passion, love, favorite. But the next thing, which is also greater than a thing, but more of a tangible physical item than the YouTube space, and that is books. I am an avid reader, and I always have been. I love to read fiction for leisure purposes. I find that I get a lot out of reading fiction that I think is underemphasized sometimes. I think fiction has the ability, good fiction in particular, to show us things about how people develop through character development, and it has the power to teach you something about individuals who may or may not come into your life and how they interact with you. You know, in this day of age of social media, it's very easy to quickly dismiss somebody who you know, may make you feel badly about yourself, or rub you the wrong way, or not agree with you. It's very easy to swipe one way or the other and just put them in a wastebasket. It's kind of disturbing. You know, once upon a time we had to really suffer with one another and come to have better understanding of each other. But I think nowadays it's pretty easy to blow people off or ghost people. So coming back to fiction, I think, can be really a helpful way for you to reconnect with humanity in a way that you can't really on social media, despite its intention. And that is, you know, books can teach you a lot. A book that stood out to me this year and really impacted my life, I am hesitant to recommend it to you all because it's actually a very painful book to read, a very hard book to read. So depending on where you are emotionally in your life, you may not want to pursue this, but it was a lifestyle favorite and really taught me a lot about people and how people become the way that they are, and that is A Little Life. The character development in A Little Life is profound and really can teach you a lot about how people grow and develop into who they are, and why they may not be receiving you the way that you want or is pleasing to you. You know, if you happen to be struggling in a relationship with a new partner, maybe this book might help you to understand some of why they are the way they are, or just get a little different perspective. Likewise, coworkers that you may be having to deal with that may have a particularly abrasive personality, you can see how a lifetime of certain events can lead somebody to develop a certain way, to mistrust people. And so I continue to come back to fiction. It always teaches me something that I can't get from nonfiction, particularly if it's well executed, as in the case of this book. This author is phenomenal. She also wrote The People in the Trees, which I also read this year and likewise enjoyed. But A Little Life definitely had the most impact of all of the fiction that I read this year on my life, and understanding people on a deeper level and getting some perspective as to where people might be coming from. So it allows you to be more mindful of people and their attitudes, their opinions, and perhaps not swipe as quickly away from them and give them more of a chance. So it can teach you a lot, I think, about people if you're ready to read it. Alright, but speaking of A Little Life, what has kept my little life on track this year? That has been my Erin Condren Life Planner. I was always resistant to get one of these. You know, I've heard about them on YouTube. I follow Happily a Housewife, and she does really wonderful planner reviews, and I've always been tempted, and I finally bit the bullet this year, and I have to say, this has really made goal planning, financial planning, budgeting, so streamlined, so efficient. I enjoy writing things out and seeing, you know, putting pen to paper. It's very therapeutic, and I love making checklists. I think a lot of people in medicine are that way. So this planner has really helped me as far as streamlining my schedule, knowing what things I have coming up. It's amazing. For a long time, I didn't use a planner, and I would just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. And that works, but this works better than flying by the seat of your pants. Particularly with YouTube, you know, it's helped me stay on track as far as videos that I'm publishing, but also helped me just keep track of my expenses. You guys know I love looking at my budget each month, looking at my spending, and just kind of seeing where my money goes to optimize long-term savings. And this book has really helped me in a way that I don't know that I could get that out of a computer technology. I just don't have the patience to sit down in an app and log things in that way. I'd much rather write them out. I don't know. I feel as though it gives me somehow it gives me more control because I'm physically writing it out, and I feel like I'm taking more ownership of things. It's probably all psychological, but I've really loved the planner, and I think it's definitely worth the hype. I also got the little case, the folio, and that has been nice. I think that's been a nice addition, and just keeping it all contained. And then specifically, their pens are some of the best pens I've ever written with. Very smooth, very streamlined, very long lasting. They don't dry out. They don't bleed through the paper. So they make for nice, smooth writing. And with a dual tip, you know, you can do fine or more of a thicker line. So I use the pens and really love them. I love this case, by the way. This is another one of their products. And not only is this fantastic for pens, but I'm thinking of getting some more of them because they make, outside of planning and kind of office supplies, they make wonderful you know, things to put in your purse, to put sunscreen in. They hold sunscreen very well, you know, so that you always can take this with you, throw it in your purse if you've got sunscreen, and then you don't forget your sunscreen. So I actually am thinking of getting another one. I mentioned that I love to put pen to paper. I really enjoy just the act of writing. And outside the planner, a craft that I've really kind of gotten more into this year has been just adult coloring and coloring books. This year I really enjoyed coloring in this coloring book, the Keep Calm and Color On. They had a holiday one, and I was able to color some images and frame them in some inexpensive frames, and it really, you know, brought some holiday spirit. And I have now a Mary Englebright coloring book that I'm getting into. So adult coloring is something that I have really gotten into this year. You guys have seen me do it a fair amount. It's easy, you can take it on the go, and you know, you don't need many supplies to do it. You just need some coloring pencils and you're good to go. So I've really enjoyed that, and I find that having a hobby like that, something that you can do with your hands, it's really helpful to relax, take some downtime, pull you away from social media if you're trying to take a break from following people and from, you know, keeping up with the Kardashians. Coloring is a great way to do that, and I've really enjoyed that. So in last year's Lifestyle Favorites video, I mentioned a clothing item that I really loved was the Barefoot Dreams cardigan. I'm still wearing that thing on the daily around the house. It keeps me warm, It washes really well, stays soft. What people say about it is true. The Barefoot Dreams cardigan is worth it. So I am still wearing that. But this year, clothing items that have come into my life that have really made a huge difference are the Fabletics leggings. These are, I've had many leggings. You guys know I run every day in the gym. I love to do yoga. I do Pilates. I do some form of exercise every day. The quality of these leggings has impressed me to no end. They hold up so well in the wash. They don't wear through. They're UPF 50, so when I wear them out to run to the grocery store, or when I wear them out and about on the weekends, I have a little bit of UPF protective factor against UV on my legs. They are compression. I love wearing compression. It helps to return some blood flow back up centrally, which can be hard on the lower legs. These do a great job of them. These do a great job at that. They're very compressive. The paneling and the way that these are designed and pieced together is exquisite. They are incredibly flattering. They don't bunch behind the knees, and they don't, like I said, they don't wear and become sheer in the laundry. I have a pair of Adidas leggings that are basically pantyhose at this point, and they bunch a fair amount. These don't do that. These don't noodle around your legs. I hate the noodling thing. Do you guys know what I mean? Where like you put them on and the seam is kind of cattywampus and diagonal across your legs. These go on very easily and don't do that. The seam goes on the inner thigh as it's supposed to very easily. You don't have to put advanced thought into it. They go on very easily. Compressive, UPF 50, and when you bend down, they don't show through. So if you do squats, nobody's gonna see your skin. They're very good quality. In my opinion, their quality and craftsmanship, the way they're pieced together, is identical to Lululemon at a much more affordable price. So this has really been a fitness and clothing game changer. I love these, and they're super comfortable. I do have a soft spot in my heart for jewelry and delicate jewelry. I think last year I mentioned that I was really loving those pineapple earrings and necklace. Unfortunately, the necklace broke. I was really disappointed in that happened. But this year I have discovered Ana Luisa jewelry and really have been pleased as punch with the quality. The pieces have held up very well, and I'm wearing their earrings now. And I love their necklaces. They layer really well, and I hate big bulky jewelry. None of their pieces are that way. They're very tastefully designed. Yeah, so picking out what jewelry I'm gonna wear for the day, I really enjoy that. I know a lot of women feel that way about clothing, and they'll have like this closet, and it's like, I kind of get that feeling when I look at my jewelry in the morning, like, ooh, what am I gonna wear today? It's kind of that little fun bright spot in the morning routine that I've really been enjoying. But speaking of bright spot in the morning routine, I would not be a human being without coffee in the morning. Last year I mentioned a beverage coffee edition that had been a game changer, and that was, I was drinking Beauty Dust at the time. It's an adaptogenic powder that I was adding to my coffee in the morning. Really improved the taste of it. I really enjoyed the taste of that. However, that product contains pearl powder, and I do follow a vegan diet. That was one of the last things to go in my diet changes in going vegan, was the pearl powder in that. I was really like holding on to that, and I let it go in 2018. I let go of it, and I found as my adaptogen of choice and preference, I actually think is better, is the Four Sigmatics elixirs. They're mushroom elixirs. They have a chaga elixir that I love adding to my espresso in the morning for my Americano. This really enriches the taste of the coffee in a way that the Beauty Dust kind of sweetened it. This is not sweet. No, it does not taste like mushrooms. It does have an earthy richness to it. It makes the coffee thicker. And this, if you add it to your coffee and stir it vigorously, it produces a nice little froth on the top. It's almost like you've added a little bit of creamer to it. It's really nice. I also love their instant coffees. So this is great. Sometimes I don't have time to make another cup of coffee. I need another cup of coffee and I don't have enough time to do another Americano. So I rely on this, and these are really tasty. They likewise have that nice earthy taste to them. They're not bitter at all, and I love these. These are much better. My backup coffee has always been those Starbucks Vias. These are 10 times better than the Starbucks Vias. Strongly recommend them. If you're wondering what would be good to start with, their mushroom sampler box is a good one. You get the elixirs in this, and I think you also get, do you get some coffee packets? Yeah, you get some of the instant coffees as well, so you can kind of experiment with different elixirs. But you can add these to teas, to cold beverages. You can do a variety of things with them. The elixirs do not have caffeine in them, but the instant coffees do, and the green tea products obviously do too. They have a matcha latte that is so tasty, and they also have a matcha, just a matcha with lion's mane in it. That is one of the best matchas I've ever had. It's really tasty. It's got like a nice ginger undertone to it. That has been a real lifestyle change. So I was a little nervous about, well, if I have to give up beauty dust, what kind of adaptogen am I going to switch to? I consume adaptogens, by the way, by and large, for their taste. I am not sold that their health benefits have yet been substantiated. I'm always a little resistant to go talking that up on here because I don't want to overemphasize that. But for me, I love the way they taste, and I do find they elevate my mood because I enjoy consuming things that taste good. So I will say that about them. For me personally, I've really been happy with them. Yeah, I really like my drinks, as I like to say. I love to drink beverages. I'm always trying out new beverages. This year, I got really into and continue to enjoy the True Lemon beverage sticks. These are the wild berry lemonade ones I currently have. The watermelon one is really good. They also have just a plain lemonade that's good. These only have 10 calories in the entire stick. They have 1 gram of sugar. Yeah, drinking more water seems like a common goal people have at the beginning of the year. So if you want to stick with it, it is a good goal to have. These can help. If you hate the taste of water or having difficulty getting in more water, those can really help. But speaking of water, this has really made, last year I mentioned my Totoro coffee cup, which I continue to drink out of, as you guys know. But this year I got this adorable Totoro glitter cup that has my glitter Yeti that has my name on it, Dr. Dray. This was custom made for me by a viewer, and I just love drinking out of it. It's so cute, and it goes along with my mug in the morning, so yeah, I was so touched to receive this. I love drinking out of it every morning. It matches my little coffee cup so well, and I just feel special drinking out of it because it has my name on it. And I wish I could link it down below, link these down below for you, but the viewer who sent this to me, comment below. If you have an Etsy shop or something, let me know and I'll put it in the description box. But otherwise, the cup itself is I believe a Yeti. I'm not entirely sure, but it's really been great. And this is what I drink my True Lemon drinks out of, as well as just water, and it keeps it nice and cold. So thank you to the viewer who made this for me. It has really touched my life and enriched it this year, and I look forward to drinking out of it in 2019. But moving along into the realm of food and cooking, you guys know cooking is a big hobby of mine, and I cook all of my meals for myself. I prefer my own food and my own style of cooking to eating out in restaurants. Although I do like my salad bars, but a real game changer this year has been buying spices and foods and ingredients and flours and things like that on iHerb. I get tons of stuff on that site. In fact, I may have a little bit of an addiction to it. Previously, I was buying things on Vitacost and had always been happy with Vitacost. However, around October of 2017, I started having issues with Vitacost, and I threw them a bone because I thought it was related, all related to the natural disaster we were experiencing here in Houston at the time of Harvey and around October. But I continue to have issues with them, just like not my order was not arriving or get rerouted, and the packaging, sometimes things would come broken. I just had some issues with customer service as well that just left a bad taste in my mouth at the time. And you know, I don't know. So I switched over to iHerb, and I have been so happy with iHerb. You know, the turnaround time, the delivery is like clockwork. I mean, it is like clockwork, the delivery time. They guarantee authenticity of all their products. They guarantee quality. Things are shipped from a refrigerated warehouse, quality control of temperature. And you know, I had one mishap with one of my orders where I had accidentally put the wrong item in and didn't realize it. It was totally my fault. And I contacted them right away, and they just refunded my money, like no questions asked. I was like, do you want me to send it back? No, it's okay. I mean, it was really, the customer service is, they get back to you, you know, as if they're right there talking to you. Totally pleased with the customer service. So yeah, iHerb has been a huge kitchen game changer for me, and cooking game changer. And I have a little bit of a habit. I also get a lot of skincare on there, by the way. But speaking of food and cooking, I continue to use my Kosari multifunctional cooker every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day. I use the crock pot setting for dinner at night. I use the pressure cooker setting to make all my beans. As a vegan, legumes are a real staple in my diet, and I save so much money at making legumes from dry very, very quickly in that thing versus buying them and buying canned beans. Makes them really well, really quickly. No soaking required, none of that arduous stuff. Also works really well for cooking vegetables, for steaming potatoes. You can cook rice in it. And if you're not vegan, you can do meat, stews. It's wonderful. It does so many things, and it feeds me the majority of my foods. And what it does not feed me, my Bella air fryer does. That is another kitchen gadget essential for me, is my Bella air fryer. Roasting vegetables in that thing, or you know, air frying vegetables, has really just introduced a new way of eating veggies for somebody who is already a veggie addict. So I use that thing nightly. I use both of them together each night, and the two together, it's like a cooking paradise. I really love them. Very, very efficient to use. I have lived in this apartment since I moved in here in the summer. I have not turned my oven on once. I exclusively have used my air fryer. But in my kitchen, I always like to burn a candle, as you guys are aware. And last year I mentioned the Tuscany Candle Lemon Sugar Cookie as a lifestyle favorite. Tuscany Candle, by the way, is a candle brand. I don't really seek out that many other candle brands. I've been so pleased with this brand. It's so affordable and makes these candles put out such good fragrance, consistent fragrance. They burn very efficiently, and they don't leave that dark black sooty stuff all over the place, and they have such a wonderful scent fragrance selection. It's amazing. Their peppermint cream is a holiday favorite, specifically of mine, that I love. Lemon Sugar Cookie was my favorite last year. Still love this one, still burn it. But one fragrance that I discovered this year is the Cafe Mocha. I finally bit the bullet and tried this one, and I love the scent of this. It smells like, but the Cafe Mocha smells like you just walked into a coffee shop that is baking up some chocolate brownies at the same time, and has that delicious warm oven smell in the early morning. You know that smell when you walk into a cafe or a bakery of both fresh coffee brewing and baked goods baking. You get that in this candle. Wonderful, wonderful throw. I had a TaskRabbit come to my apartment and help me with a project in my apartment, and he was like, whoa, what is that smell? It smells fantastic. And I was like, oh, that's my Tuscany candle. So this is another fragrance win from Tuscany. That and Lemon Sugar Cookie. Lemon Sugar Cookie smells like that pound cake that people like from Starbucks, that lemon pound cake kind of scent, with the frosting on top, or like a lemon flavored sugar cookie. But to me, it makes me think more of those lemon pound cake pastries that you see. Another lifestyle favorite for me has been my Lavoie air purifier. I suffer from seasonal allergies, and as a result I can get watery, itchy eyes and have a lot of rubbing of my eyes. Dark under eye circles can result from that, as I mentioned in my dark under eye circle video. And my Lavoie air purifier has been a game changer. Houston is unfortunately a breeding ground for seasonal allergies. It's humid, it's kind of tropical, we have a lot of plants with tons of pollens, ragweed, grasses that you can be allergic to. Also, because of the humidity, we have a lot of molds that can produce spores that can flare up seasonal allergies. And my air purifier has made a huge difference, so much so that if I forget to turn it on, I notice a difference the following morning. And I was like, this has to be placebo. But I swear, every time, if I forget to turn it on one night, the following morning, it's like, and the first thing when you wake up, you're not really thinking, oh, I turned the air purifier on, I didn't, but it's definitely a noticeable change between turning it on and not turning it on. So it has made a huge difference. The air purifier, I definitely can recommend. I've been using it for almost a year now, and it's really a game changer. So yeah, those are my 2018 lifestyle favorites. Comment below on what things you guys have been loving this year and enjoying, but I hope you liked this video. Check the description box, I'll list everything that I mentioned. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.